Today we're going to be talking about the ultimate habit, the habit to end them all, and that is making your entire day into a habit. What your routine is. Tell me your morning routine today and I will be able to tell you with a scary amount of accuracy how much money you'll be on a year from now. 3 years ago, younger me would wake up anywhere between 9:30 to 2 p.m. Then I would spend about 30 to 60 minutes scrolling random BS on my phone, and usually after I've been satisfied with my scrolling and fried my dopamine receptors for the day, I had a massive carb heavy breakfast. And I'm not lying to you, I literally had about 1,500 to 2,000 calories for breakfast. Usually it was a full English with loads of hash browns, like 5 sausages, the whole lot. At the time, I had a crippling gaming addiction, so the thing I would have loved to do immediately after breakfast is fire up my game right away and play all day. But I actually lived with my girlfriend at the time, so I was a little bit embarrassed, so I thought maybe I should be a little bit productive first. So usually after breakfast, I did about 2 or 3 hours of uni work or trying to learn some coding, but I never really got that much done because I always had YouTube open in another tab and I would listen to that. After the working was finished, I usually fired up my game and played right up until the end of the day, but that wasn't like 10-11 p.m. It was like 2 to 4 a.m. that I used to play until. Usually, while playing those games, I had a sweet sugary snack and usually a sweet drink like a Coke on my desk as well. And of course, while gaming, I had YouTube videos playing the entire time. The only thing I would stop gaming for was to have another massive meal closer to the end of the day, usually also about 2,000 calories. And it was usually a takeaway as well, but if not, it was always some sort of pasta, something unhealthy. I never had anything healthy. At about 7-8 p.m, my girlfriend would always go out to see her friends, but what did I do? Kept playing more games. I was literally a hermit. 95% of my time was spent either on the toilet, in bed, or on my desk. It was this almost blindness to what was waiting for me in my future because I still had 2 years of university left, so I thought I can still relax for another year and a half and then I'm sure older me will figure something out. You have a routine right now, whether you know it or not. If you don't take control and make one yourself, your monkey brain, the one that likes doing all the bad habits, will make one for you, or society will force you into one with a job. I've been on quite a good routine for the last few years now, but the reason I wanted to make this video today is because I'm traveling right now. Right now I'm in Vietnam and I'm getting on a flight every about 5 to 6 days, and I've noticed the impact this has had on me. When there's a flight, I can't do my morning routine, and while traveling, I can't follow it as well as I'd usually like, and I've noticed this impact everything. My mood, my business performance, everything. And it makes sense, right? Your routine is what you do every day, so of course it's going to impact how you feel, but I can't wait. The traveling's going to be over on the 30th of April, and from then I'm back in the UK and it's going to be military discipline, and I'm really excited for that. Whenever you're following a routine or trying to be productive, there's always ups and downs. There's going to be a month, 2-month period where you follow it perfectly, and then naturally, because you're human, you're going to start slipping, but don't worry, that's normal. It happens to me as well. Next time you slip up in your routine, take note of the fact that your current slip up is probably what a really good day used to be for you, so don't beat yourself up over it, because it happens. It's important to build some sort of routine, because a routine literally tells you what your future is going to be. If you have no routine, you're fucked, because every tiny bit of work that you have to sit down and do is going to drain so much willpower from you. If you procrastinate right now, it might be because you don't have a routine. Back when I didn't have one, it was so hard to start any sort of work, but as soon as I built one, I knew that I put moments into it where I could relax. So I had that structure that I knew that if I work now, I can relax after I'm done. And that gave me, this peace of mind that allowed me to stick to it and actually get the work done. If you build a routine for your day and even follow just 50% of it, it will make a night and day difference to everything. Your mental health, your productivity, and just generally the texture and flavor of your life will be so much better. And following a productivity routine 100% perfectly might as well be like hopping on a train, being on rails to a direct line to your success. If you currently don't have a routine, if your life's really disjointed like mine used to be, following a routine might seem quite daunting and difficult, but that's actually not the case. The first month of following one might be a bit painful because your brain's got to adapt to it, but after that it's actually quite smooth and your brain will feel better. The best times in my life was when I was following a routine as best as I can, and the worst times in my life were ones where I didn't have any routine at all. So, what should your routine actually be? What should you actually do? First of all, you might be overwhelmed because there's a whole bunch of productivity habits that everyone recommends and tells you that you must do them to be successful. But that's not true. The point of the routine is to get shit done that gets you closer to your goals. All success is work tasks done consistently over time with some sort of consistent improvement. That's it. So we're optimizing for that. The first thing in your routine should always be to prepare for some sort of work. And for you, you might just be able to jump straight into your work. So just do that. But for me, I like to meditate and make a coffee. This is going to be different for everyone. So experiment with it. Make your routine. Then if something doesn't work, take it out. If you feel like you need something else, add it in. After you finish preparing for your work, do your first work block. And that should be anywhere between 60 to 120 minutes, no longer. Before this work block starts, make sure you plan out exactly what you're going to do beforehand, and then once you start, don't get distracted. Work with 100% focus, because if you do that, you will only be able to work for 1 to 2 hours before your brain gets tired and needs a break. And for me, during my break, I like to journal for half an hour and then read for half an hour. But for you, that might be something different. You might like to go on a walk or do something else. It doesn't matter what you do, but give yourself at least half an hour to 90 minutes of rest for your brain. After your break is over, do your second work block, also about 60 to 120 minutes, and then have some sort of stopping routine. For me, I like to go to the gym straight after I do the work. That's it. A routine can be that simple. That's what mine is right now. And by the way, this doesn't have to be a morning routine. If you can't have a morning routine for whatever reason, you might have a job, then fit it in whenever you can, as long as you start it at the same time every day. And the point isn't to copy someone else's routine, because what works for someone else will almost guaranteed not work for you. So find what you actually enjoy doing and what you can live with, because your routine will literally become your life. I still remember those dark days that I had of going to bed at 4 a.m. and I knew that if I wanted to get a good night's sleep, I would have to wake up around 2 p.m. And I knew that because I lived in England, I would only have about 2 to 3 hours of daylight during the day. In that period of my life, I basically lived in the dark. I was like a hermit. I was tired all the time because of how shit my diet was and how I didn't have any sunlight. And when I did the work, I didn't even feel good about doing it because I was wasting so much time that I basically didn't get anything done anyway. You might not consciously be thinking about it, but you know subconsciously where your current routine is leading you to. Even though I was doing things that I thought were fun at the time, I still had this weird negative feeling in my head, like something was off. And I always had that feeling in the back of my head, but I just couldn't find what it was. And that feeling finally stopped when I added some structure to my life. It took the majority of that pain away with it. Even a little bit of structure, like 1 to 2 hours at the beginning of your day or at the end of your day, completely changes the flavor, like that texture of your life that you might not like right now. If a whole morning routine or a whole day routine feels really daunting to you right now, just start there. Just schedule 1 or 2 hours at the start of your day and see what difference it makes. This is a really exciting time because if you've not had a routine in the past, if your life's currently really disjointed, a morning routine or some sort of routine literally makes a 0 to 1 difference in your life. Success is just daily actions compounded over time. A routine guarantees those actions, which means a routine guarantees success. That means the second you structure your day is the second the trajectory of your life will completely change. And by the way, when you first make your routine, don't be surprised that you're gonna find it difficult to follow at first. It's not gonna be easy, especially if you're coming from a life where you haven't scheduled anything at all. It's almost guaranteed not to happen actually. You're not gonna be able to follow that routine perfectly. It might take you 9 months to a year or even longer to start following perfectly. I'm not gonna lie to you, I still don't follow my routine perfectly. But it's nice to think about success this way. You can think about, all the material stuff it can get you, all the rewards. But all success really is down to that routine. People really like to complicate it, but actually that makes success really simple because the second you start following 100% of your routine is the second that all of your goals are pretty much guaranteed. Someone that got lucky and got rich, started making 100 grand a month only a few months into their career, but that doesn't follow their routine perfectly, doesn't deserve as much respect as someone who hasn't made it yet but is following that routine perfectly. Because in the long run, that person that follows their routine is going to do better. So if you're not where you want to be in life right now, just start trying to follow your routine as best as you can, 100% if you can. If you can follow it 100%, you have my respect. So even though you might not get that material kind of fake success straight away, as soon as you start following your routine perfectly is basically the time where you're just as successful as someone else that's already got all of that material success, because it's only a matter of time. Remember, success is simple. It's just those actions compounded over time and improved over time. So a routine is all you need. So next time you're watching one of my videos, it better be on a scheduled free time or YouTube slot on your timetable. I'll be watching. If I catch you watching YouTube when you're not supposed to be, I won't be happy. I'll smack you right round the head. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Brian, and this is not a YouTube channel. You're watching this on YouTube, but we are beyond just this platform. We are a movement of people who want to make a change in their life, who realize that society's all going in one path and they're all unhappy, they're all in their jobs earning shit money, and we don't want that. We want something better, something different for ourselves. That's why you're here. That's why you've watched this video to the end. You are like us and you resonate with this message. So if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to this channel and I'll see you in the next video.